Namaste, my friends. Here we are on Tuesday morning, June 20th. Feeling like a Monday though, because we had off yesterday. And I'm on my morning walk. Currently on the trolley trail, Catonsville, short line. I'm actually behind Spring Grove Hospital, which was a mental hospital that opened in 1797. It's the second oldest mental hospital in Maryland. The history facts for today, who knew? Has some beautiful old buildings. The beautiful old buildings have been boarded up and shut down for quite a while, although it still is a psychiatric campus. And the University of Maryland, Baltimore County just recently purchased this huge campus with all these buildings for $1. I guess eventually they're going to put it in part of the campus system, but I suppose it's good. They're going to do something with it. So that's my little moment. But I'm trying, as I said, I'm walking through spider webs. Gosh, spider webs everywhere. So this morning, I'm hoping to, as I said, restart my vlog. My vlog, the third stage goddess that I am, old lady that I am, dealing with the struggles of being in this third stage, being an invisible postmenopausal woman, yet, sorry, still have to, how can I put this? Okay, postmenopausal woman, definitely not young anymore at the age of 58, after having been divorced for a while. I did get remarried. Wow, still crazy. However, you know, I'm 58. I have to work. I have to support myself. I don't have that big cushion that people who didn't get divorced have. I'm just starting my career. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that. I'm fortunate to have the job that I have. And I suppose some people do look at my job as a career, but not me. Good morning. Feeding the kitties. We have a program here that feeds the feral kitties. And they are so adorable. Let's see. There's an orange one, see? Hey, kitty. It's a wonderful program. They feed the kitties and take care of them and spay them and that kind of thing. But back to what I was saying before I ran into somebody. Trying to start a career at this stage in my life. I actually went back to school in my early 50s, got a degree, my bachelor's, another degree in communication, hoping to write or copyright, maybe create. You know, we all have that one great book we want to write. I have the start of it on my computer and it just sits there. I'll get to it, maybe. I work 45 hours a week. And during busy season, which officially starts in July, I have to work 50 hours a week. Actually, they want me to work more, but I cut it off at 50. And at 58, trying to exercise, have a relationship with your 4 children, your 5 grandchildren, not to mention your husband, work 50 hours a week. There's just not, and then exercise, of course, and grocery shop, and, you know, take care of the house. It's just not a whole lot of time left over for me. But that's the normal plate, so I can't complain. But again, going back to this career that I've started in my mid-50s, I've been working for Pearson online virtual schools for 3 years now. I like what I do. I'm a family enrollment counselor. The best part of my job is I get to help people every day, and I feel very good about that. I help parents with making educational decisions. Still getting over my cough. As someone who spent 15 years homeschooling her children, wish I could have spent longer, but you know, that whole marriage thing wasn't working out at that point, so, you know, life changed. But You know, I have done a lot of research, have a lot of opinions, and I've been very involved in education my entire adult life. Well, at least since 1990. So it makes sense for me to be working in a K-12 environment. Definitely would like to change that to working more with students and being a little bit more helpful. Morning. Obviously, I'm not alone on the trail, and I get so embarrassed when people see me talking to a camera. But this is something new I'm trying because, like I said, I don't have a lot of time. So I'm combining my exercise time with my, hey, let's work on my vlog time. So again, back to my career. Been there 3 years. It's a grind. In 3 years, I've officially applied for 2 promotions. Didn't get either one of them. There's a definite demographic that's getting these, and it's not the big goddesses of the world that are getting them. I think they look at me and know I'm on a countdown clock to retirement, but damn, that's 10 years from now. I could do a lot in 10 years. But I didn't get either one of them, and after those 2 and all the work that I had to put in and creating presentations and yada, yada, yada. And then the next position that I was invited to apply for really was crazy, the work that I had to do, and I opted out. I said no. I said, I like what I'm doing. I'm not going to play that game and put in hours and hours of research and work, knowing full well going in that it's likely I'm not going to get the position. And I know that sounds negative, but it's not negative. It's based on statistical analysis, so that's the way you have to look at it. Good morning. So, still getting over a cough. So here I am, working what is basically an entry-level job, age of 58, trying to come to terms with that, trying to live my life the best that I can. And I know I'm not the only one out there. And again, I have to feel grateful that I did get a position. It's 100% remote. I have a wonderful supervisor, and I like my supervisor very much. And I feel, again, that I do put out some positive energy and help people through my job. So that's my positive thought for today. Now, that being said, here I am. How does a woman with their lifestyle, as I explained, just like so many other people, how am I going to pursue any hobbies, or, to use a term, my daughter, get some side gigs going on? She's got a couple side gigs where she's really doing well. But I just don't have the energy anymore. I think that's the rub, is that I just don't have the energy that I used to have. And I like to think of myself as relatively energetic. I'm relatively fit. Oop. Had to run across the street. Had to cross the street going back down on the trolley trail. This is boy, I can't move that camera for love nor money, can I? Part of the Rails to Trails. It's a short line connector, and I love it because I go down and, you know, it's a nice little respite from living near the Beltway and the city and all of that. So I'm grateful for that. So back to that energy issue. You know, this all, as I said, this energy issue is also going to tie into the ADHD issue, of course. So discovering traits about myself, which, like I said, I always felt that I was an underachiever. I could never seem to do what other people could so easily do, or seemingly so easily do. You know, trying to start a project or I just, sticking with something. Ooh, Freudian slip. Sticking with something. I get this hyper focus on things that I'm interested in. Man, I can just, that's someone who ran 100 miles. You don't run 100 miles without hyper focus. So I got the hyper focus. However, I don't have control over what I hyper focus on, which really sucks. Because if I'm not interested, my brain, it just goes boop and turns to something else. I did notice that, writing papers and such in college as a 50-some-year-old woman in college. And I would I'd write these papers and I'd be on fire. And then suddenly my brain just said, okay, you're done. Boop. Let's look at something else. But, over the years, obviously, because I am as old as I am, I have found strategies on my own to get back on track. So now there's the consideration of what am I going to do with this knowledge that I have. So the whole ADHD thing does give me a certain amount of bizarre energy to do things I'm interested in. However, like I said, it is a timing issue, and I do have a procrastination issue where I put things off. So I think at this point I need to set deadlines for myself, because I always do my best work when I have a deadline. A 5-hour project that I have due in 5 days isn't going to be tackled until basically 5 hours before it's due. And then I'm fortunate, usually I do pretty well with it, but I just can't seem to do it, in a reasonable manner, or even get it done early. Why would I get it done early? I don't know. So my energy level, I think, is tied into my age, and also tied into the fact that I don't know where this number came from, but the 8 hours that we need, 8 hours of sleep. I don't know if this came from actual experimentation on my end, or if this is just something that my years as studying as a health coach and a personal trainer, that I said, oh, you need rest, you need 8 hours. I don't know where that number 8 hours came from. But I seem to be locked into that, where I get tired, I go to bed, and I stay in bed 8 hours, whether I sleep 8 hours or not. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. And part of that 8 hours also, I think, is because of the fact that since I've been in a relationship with Galen, which has been a while, and now that we are living together, obviously full time, we do tend to go to bed together and get up together. And I'm thinking, I started getting up earlier, to get some extra time. So I set the alarm for a half an hour earlier. He doesn't always get up, but I get up, at 5:30 to try to get in some extra time for me. But I'm thinking what I need to do is I need to start staying up a little later, and I think I need to get back. I can stay up during daylight hours, but I'm in bed by 9:30, 9 o'clock, 9:30, and get up at 5:30, the 8 hours. I'd like to stay up till at least 10, 10:30, maybe even 11, and maybe sleep till 6. I think that's reasonable. That'll give me more time to get work done. Although I don't know about the 6 o'clock. That just doesn't give me enough time in the mornings. I don't know. Something to ponder. I'm wondering if other people, we all have this struggle, how to put more time for ourselves in our day. But don't know the answer yet. Figure it out. So I'll be interested to hear what others do to try to accommodate their time management. How do you get things done? How do you find time to accomplish things? Big change, huh? Still on a short line connector. I don't know what that is. There's some kind of city vehicles or something over there. But on the other end, that's the elementary school, middle school. No, elementary school. Maybe both. I don't know. And I'm moving into a little mini industrial area and then I'll go back into historic neighborhoods. But so time management, being older, being in an entry-level career where you have no flexibility in your scheduling, throw in a little ADHD. How do others work on their time management? Like I said, I'm trying to steal a little bit of time here and there, and maybe steal it for a little bit from my sleep. I did that with kids where I only slept 4 or 5 hours a night for decades. I won't do that to myself again. But do I really need the 8 hours that, I don't know. We're gonna work on 8 hours. So that's my thought for today. How does, women, men too, but women of a certain age, the goddess age, when you still are working full time, you have an entire life, you have your kids, you have your grandkids. I have my mother who's turning 83 this weekend. Obviously I spend time with her as well. And then try to do something outside of just basic life maintenance, outside of, eat, sleep, work, exercise, and then, all the other little chores of life. How do we accomplish it? What are your strategies? What are your strategies for adding in hobbies, for adding in, I hate to use the word side gig, that's such a young term, but creating passive streams of income. What are people doing? How are you doing it? I'll keep you up to date on what I'm doing. Like I said, it's all an experiment. Now that I've been settling into being married and been actually living in some place for more than a couple months since I've been married, I will let you know. We'll see how it rolls out. But I'm always interested in feedback. Maybe I'll even put up some time management. I used to be very good at time management because having 4 kids and homeschooling, you had no freaking choice. You had to be good at time management. So I'm gonna put up maybe some tips. Maybe I'm gonna pull up some of my old files. I used to write down, I had sheets every day with my time, sometimes even in 15-minute increments. 15 minutes for this, 30 minutes for that. It was the only way I could survive as a homeschooling mother with 4 kids. Maybe I need to go back to that. I know it sounds rigid, but I got shit done. Again, thank you for rambling. I will learn how to edit so I can take out some of the hums and haws and pauses. And I know that I'm a fidgety look around kind of person anyway, but walking, trying to avoid looking silly around other people and not fall on my face on these uneven roads. I definitely need to pay attention to the camera a little bit better, and I will work on it. And like I said, if I can maintain a schedule of communication and a vlog, I will definitely, and I promise you, I will put in my time management, how to edit, and to get better at doing this so I'm not as annoying to pay attention to. If you stuck with me, thank you, and have a lovely day. Peace.